Hello, hello. How's everybody doing out there? Talking Shit Tuesday. That's right, the show that got it all started. Today, what we're going to talk about is Ford plans to cut 50%. And I think this is going to be a trend pretty much going forward for EV stuff when it comes to the domestic market, unless it's Tesla. You're going to see people start to drop off like flies. I think there was a impending... They hedged their bets on an EV revolution that never happened. And I think they thought people like government, say Biden, and everyone attached to government, they said, look, we're going to incentivize EVs. We're going to shove them down your throats. People are going to have to buy them because they have a tax incentive. And you guys better be ramping up production because it looks like we're going to make this happen by force. And what the American public did was say, no, if we're going to buy an EV, it's going to be an EV made by the best EV manufacturer, Tesla. People are not so brand loyal that they would say, I definitely need an EV. I'm going to buy one from Ford. That was a gimmick. That went away. The same people that bought the Mach-E GT, the Mach-E, the Ford F-150 Lightning are the same people that bought the Chevy Volt, an absolute piece of junk back in the day. Remember the first generation Chevy Volt? That was the government sucking Obama's dick saying, yes, thank you for bailing us out. We're going to make this. And I think they made that car shitty on purpose so that people went back to buying ICE vehicles. But the demand is not there. It's not there, guys. Please stop trying. Okay, I understand that you thought this wave was going to come Ford, Chevy, and everyone else. People want an EV. They get a Tesla. They don't get one from someone who has never done it. Now, there are going to be second and third generation EVs that Ford is going to offer, but I don't think they're going to make it their main focus because there is no there. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about the upcoming interview I did with John Lund Jr. yesterday, and it's not going to take me a week to air it. I'll air it pretty damn soon. But let's have Mr. Bill O'Reilly say hello to the people. We'll talk to you guys, talk some shit about whatever you want to talk about, but mostly EV stuff. We could talk about Brent and PFI Speed yet again making videos alluding to the fact that the EPA is fucking with them. And let me ask you guys a question. Maybe you guys know because I don't know. Do you care? This might be one of those taboo subject matters that are really gonna fuck with people. Do you care if Lund Racing gets hit up by the EPA? People on this chat care, but I'm saying in general, do you care if people like Lund gets hit up by the EPA? Do you care that Brent from PFI Speed is going through all this stuff? Because it seems to me that 1320 Video is trying to ram this down your throat, and people aren't just really reacting to it like I'm thinking they ought to. So we'll talk about it, but not before Mr. Bill O'Reilly says hello to the people here.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
That's right. It always sucks. 2 Auto Solution went 9s in an F-150 over the weekend. 4-wheel drive Odin F-150 quad cab. Badass shit. Race Motor on Instagram. Check them out. They got some stuff going on. They are prepping for their upcoming season of Roll Race Madness at Pocono Raceway and MIR. Check them out. DNAP Forwards, DNAPforwards.com. Parts, injectors, you name it. Blowers, tires, wheels, superchargers. That's where you go buy shit. DNAP Performance. Parts Farm, partsfarm.com. Parts Farm has shells, odd and ends. It's like a high-end junkyard, but you actually get like stuff that is pretty decent. Or rollers or complete cars that are salvage title. Check them out. Comperformance.com. I'm going to be sending in the 2650 from the GT500. We'll see if we can get that sucker fixed up and ported. Ultimate Header, ultimateheader.com. PMAS, Nick James PMAS, Caliber Transmission, calibertransmission.com. My car will end up at Caliber Transmission either the end of the year or the beginning of the year. We're going to go ahead and fix up that transmission, and we're going to get it to the track and see if we can run 9s in it the way it sits. Now, I could kill many birds with many stones, drop it off at late model, have some flex fuel stuff going on, tuning, and have, get a lid and a heat exchanger. But honestly, I want to see if the tune that I have on it on 260 GT will run a 9. We got Coyote Fury says, what do you think about the new Iron Coyote 2000 MCR? Diego Flores, Maki Maki, Alan Stocks, RoboStyle, Monty 540, Jared Wells, Maki Maki again, D-Rock Fox, Andy Ali, Oliver, Brian Naldo, Brian Terry, Clean 93 GT, D-Rock Fox, Travis, Ken Phillips, Joe Swish, Infamous S550, Darren Harper, Gallo Bravo, Oscar Hernandez, Brandon Horton, Nathan Nathaniel Sanchez, JD Swag, Kevin Biscochea, Brandon Horton again, Joseph Alvarado, Michael Rodriguez, K2 Arizona or K2AZ or AutoZone, who knows. Dustin Garrison, Michael again, TJ Sikorsky, JT Elva Galarga, Kevin McAllister, Slater Elliott, 2JZ Foxbody, Angel Puerto Rico, Matt Benoit a couple of times, Dixon 225. Greg Riovich, Brian 03 Cobra, just a memoir. Michael Areno says, hello, still working, catch the replay. Mercury Motorsports, just to mention Leon Phelps, Corey Seward. Let's get to the bottom, get to the people, and then we'll talk some shit. Gallo Bravo, Anthony McGinnis, Jay Green says, manage a fleet of vehicles in my squadron. They're trying to electrify government vehicles, spending tons of money on infrastructure. Hybrid or whatever we have currently would be better. Capcom Racing, Justin Chat. Justin says, chat, like the effing video. Savar Martiner, The Wolf, Edwin Rosado, Rel, 4X 1340 GT500 or Z06 for the racing scene. Probably a lighter chassis, which is a Z06. DNA High Performance, D, Sean, and Vic LS 9898. Amir, Rudy, Chris. I almost had you and Dustin Morrison. Okay, so on the car dealership guy on Twitter, there was a post, obviously, and I love Twitter for this because it gives me good content. Car dealership guy says it's official. Ford plans to cut F-150 production by 50% in 2024 due to quote-unquote, changing market demand. So what that means is people aren't buying them. And you're starting to see people just dump their car. Basically, remember how dealerships were doing this weird thing and to try to make more money by driving a F-150 Lightning for about 40 to 70 miles or 100 miles, and then they can then gouge you to potentially put a markup on it, because Ford had some rules. Ford had some rules that said, well, you know what? You can't mark up a new vehicle more than this much. Well, all they did was say, hey, why don't you drive this for a little while, and we can then sell it as a very lightly pre-owned vehicle. Like, let's say what happens is this. They give a key to the manager. The manager drives it for 150 miles. They register it under some weird LLC that the dealership has access to. Then they go ahead and trade it in on themselves, and the MSRP, let's say, was $70,000, and Ford said you can only mark it up like $5,000. Then once you drive it 150, 200 miles, you can say $90,000. So there were people literally trying to sell these for $98,000, $99,000, and over $100,000. You must be looking in the mirror right now if you bought an F-150 Lightning for $100,000, and you must have gone, you're an idiot. You're an asshole. You actually paid $100,000 for an absolute junker of a truck that is made that. Look, say what you will about Tesla and the previous build qualities. If I'm buying an electric vehicle, I'm going to buy one from the people that make electric vehicles. I'm not going to buy it from a guy that has a wig and has a personal vendetta, had a personal vendetta against Elon. Then he had to eat his words and adjust his wig and then say, oh shit, they made a better product than I do. So it was interesting to kind of see the backtracking that was happening with Ford, because now they're basically saying, remember when they were saying, it's the future, it's the future, it's the future, come get it. And now all of a sudden, it's not the future anymore. All of a sudden, people are like, nah, we're going to go ahead and just kind of like not really care about this stuff. I think it's interesting. So it's weird. We're coming up on an election year. So the government that is currently in power, the most corrupt government in my lifetime. Don't get me wrong, Bush and Cheney were pretty damn corrupt, but, you know, now this pales in comparison. They're not going to do anything to rock the boat. You understand? They're not going to go out of their way and do mandates. Usually what happens in the first 2 years of the administration, actually first year, is they do a whole bunch of crazy executive orders. Then the next year is usually a mid-year election. They calm the fuck down. The third year, they ramp it up, aka this year. And then the fourth year, the election year, they calm the fuck down again. All of a sudden, gas prices are going to come down. All of a sudden, they're going to ease some stuff. All of a sudden, interest rates are going to come down by a couple of percentage points. And they'll say, look, we're doing great. We're on the right track. Don't ruin this momentum now. Now it's going to, if you change administrations, you might have $1.98 gasoline like you had 4 years ago. Wouldn't that be a terrible thing? So you're going to see an easing of the regulations and the bullshit. So the EV stuff isn't going to be pushed hardcore because it's off-putting. The economy sucks. Inflation is crazy. So imagine the government telling you buy an EV, and not just any EV, a non-Tesla EV. Imagine the government telling you buy an EV from Ford, Chevy, or Dodge, and those three don't know how to make an EV as well as Tesla does. They have an issue against Tesla. It's very obvious if you're actually, looking at what's happening out there. So that leads me to Brent at PFI Speed. So looks like 1320 Video has gone all in. Okay. So this is my issue. I'm consistent. I'd like to think. And I'd like to think that I don't talk out of the both sides of my mouth. So if you're going to defend Brent at PFI Speed about government overreach, EPA fines, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and then at the same damn time, you post burnout videos, street racing videos, drag and drive videos, so there has to be somebody in charge, maybe Kyle, or maybe he doesn't care, or maybe he's not even aware of the optics of what he's doing. Again, I support Brent's fight against the EPA. I think we should absolutely be allowed to do whatever we do. There should be like a mileage exemption. I think if you drive your car under 5,000 miles a year, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You're not affecting the environment in any way. If you run on ethanol, not an issue. I think the biggest issue was with the rolling coal assholes, and that is a huge difference than what we do. Diesel truck stuff and what we do is not the same thing. Sorry. So, I think 1320 Video needs to understand that if they're going to advocate and help out one of their friends who seems to be the nicest guy on the planet, help bring awareness to what the EPA is doing, and in the same breath, post a video about burnouts, post a video about street racing, highly illegal stuff, well, you're going to run into a problem because, right, they can subpoena anybody. So, not that they're going to do this, but in an alternate universe, bizarro world where up is down and down is up, imagine you have a court case and you bring in your people to advocate for you. And one of them happens to be, 1320 Video. But then the EPA, let's say there's a case out there, they can subpoena all of the footage from 1320 Video, and they have to comply with the subpoena. And they say, show us every single drag and drive car race on the street with a car that has a VIN number on it. Uh-oh. Now, people, if there was a jury, that would be a gotcha moment. Wait a minute. You guys are trying to defend this guy? And in the same breath, you're videoing, making money, printing shirts, hoodies, sweaters, stickers, and you're advocating for quote-unquote illegally modified vehicles. So I'm not saying they shouldn't do it. I'm just saying the optics of it is not good. So I hope Brent has a good upcoming fight against the EPA overreach, because in my opinion, if Brent was using Honda and Honda was allowed to be sold, Honda should be sued, not Brent. You can't sue. And okay, imagine jailing the dealer and the user. If you take the dealer away, The user is just a user. If it just say, hey, don't use it no more, and don't, because you can't sell the product. But no, for some reason there's this immense gray area, and in that gray area is money. Money. Elon Musk. Money. There's a weird gray area between compliance and not in compliance, and it shouldn't be called a gray area. It should be called the green area. That's right. Between compliance and being fined, there is money. And as long as you're paying a motherfucker, you can pollute to your heart's content. I'm old, so I remember when John Kerry, the environmental czar, who's flying around in the G5, telling everyone how they shouldn't emit carbon and they should not use coal. He said that by the year 2015 or 16 or something like that, that the ice caps will melt and never be ice again. Last time I checked, there'd been ice every fucking winter. Like every fucking winter. There's been ice and ice caps, and they've frozen, and then they've melted, receded a little bit, and then they grow back. It's just a fucking cyclical thing. So I am blown away that we are still even talking about this. It's not a thing. So EPA, in my opinion, is fighting a political fight, and they're kicking the little guy. Why don't they go after the big guys, find them? Because the gray area is a whole bunch of money that they're trying to extort from the little guy, because this is the thought process, in my opinion. And sorry to get political. If the little guy stops doing it because he's afraid, then he will not purchase anything. He will change businesses and do something else. But the funny thing is, the company that makes the product is still allowed to operate. Very weird times we're living in. So seeing the Brent PFI speed stuff kind of made me think about money and politics. But it also made me think that 1320 Video needs to really understand that if you're going to advocate for somebody who is fighting the EPA, your business model is literally filming people that break the law all the fucking time. So I love the optics. I love the irony. I love, believe it or not, the hypocritical nature of the whole situation, the hypocrisy. So I'm hoping that you guys understand where I'm coming from. I'm not being critical of PFI or 1320, but I'm just saying, if you're going to advocate for him to fight against the EPA, your business model shouldn't be. Imagine. Actually, it happens right now, right? Let's say I make my money selling guns. I'm sorry. I make my money filming people that have badass guns, like Garantham and stuff like that. And he wants to help a guy that got fucked with by the Second Amendment. By the ATF. To fucking with the Second Amendment rights. The problem is, if you were to bring that to some kind of jury trial, you can make the case that somebody is basically glorifying something that they deem illegal, right? If that guy got caught for doing something illegal, whether it's a bump stock or anything weird like that, and Garantham, for example, is doing nothing but showing the use of how great a bump stock could be, then, and he is his main advocate, you could see where people are going to go, yeah, no, you're advocating for the reason that we think he did something illegal, and you're just kind of like showing us why it should be illegal, because a jury and a good lawyer can make a jury see anything they want in any light they want. It's just giving them ammunition, and I thought it was very, very weird. It's election season. Gas is almost $3 where I'm at. 93 is around $3.60 or 70 where I'm at. Sorry I'm late. Just got out of my final. Wow. Still going to school. Drag and Drive Snell Snitch Fest. Yeah. I'm blown away that people that have $1 million businesses have a lot to lose, are attending, showing everything to do with drag and drive. I think drag and drive, if we weren't in the environment that we were in, meaning if there's a conservative president and a huge majority in the Senate and the House, I would absolutely do drag and drive events. Yep. It's an extended True Street, or just do True Street events and put the video out there. Great. Because those people are less likely, I'm not saying they're not gonna, but they're less likely to go along with EPA going after someone like me because I wanted to drive my Fairmont 1,000 miles and run 8s in every track that I went to, or 7. So I think it's interesting that people still do it, even though this administration is a little gung-ho about that whole situation. Does Alex have a hot neighbor? Notice the telescope missed the latest few shows. No, the SpaceX launches can be tracked by that. So if I know where to look, where they're launching from, I can post it literally in my porch or in the front. Feel it's facing east, and I can track SpaceX launches also. You can see Jupiter really clearly, Mars really clearly, and Venus and the moon really clearly. And I'm a space nerd, so I love having it. Good evening, Alex, and everyone. Did you see Mustang's Lifestyle's new Texas Speed 1600 horsepower short block? You've ruined me, Alex. I am biased. No, why would it? Why would Mustang Lifestyle be seen as a source of information? Like, I'm blown away that people would look at that channel and go, like, I understand watching that channel and seeing something that's going to blow up. A Texas Speed. Okay? There is maybe 2 good Coyote builders that can lay claim that their engines survive over 1,500 horsepower. And none of them are in Texas. Actually, sorry. Aldo's engine builder, I think it's H Squared, has built a Coyote that has survived. It's been 730s. That's almost 2,000 horsepower. That's a lot. Maybe, yeah, like high teens. 17, 18, 1,600 horsepower. So you could say that I would rather get a motor built by them. But at the end of the day, Texas Speed is Texas Speed. And Texas Speed is going to give anybody they deem a Coyote person, an influencer, something. When was the last time you saw like FFRE or Keith Ray or anyone like that give a motor away? Here's the motor, rep my shit. Nobody. So what happens when you, Texas Speed, give a gullible walking potato a motor? You're going to go, I hope it doesn't blow up. I hope it runs 8s for a little bit. And if it lasts a year or 2, shit, we could just say, that's racing. That's just how it is. So we can build Coyotes. Nothing worth anything is ever given for free. Alex responded to my ID tag early on the cringe. Scat Pack 50. Thanks for the clout. You got it, brother. Alex, just out of curiosity, what would be the setup to get an SF50 to go mid to low 3s, 60 to 1, mid to low 3s? Twin turbo, 2,000 horsepower, 315s in the back, concrete, and a shitload of weight in the back. I mean, really? Mid 3s, 60 to 130 on the street? 1,600 horse. And a lot of weight in the back. And hope it hooks. My GT500 did 3.5, but in the quarter mile at a prep track. Mid 3s? Buy yourself a fucking Huracan or R8. Trying to make a Mustang do it is weird to me. Ramizana says, hola, Alex, see you tomorrow. What's going on tomorrow? My teacher had a big ass. Gas is $2.95 where I'm at. Got it. Tio Alex, see what happened to Midnight and fueltech. Okay, I know a little bit about it. So, I don't know everything about it. Me and him ain't tight. No beef, it just ain't tight. So, based on the post that I saw, they're not happy with fueltech. Now, this is interesting to me because I don't know why they went fueltech in the first place. I think the trucks, as far as I know, and again, I don't know this. I don't know that there has been a quicker truck, 10R80, even with a 400. I don't think there has been a quicker truck with fueltech than with a Luntune. or maybe it went as quick. Let's say, for example, let's throw numbers out there. Let's say they're doing 8th mile stuff, and one of them went 5.1 with Lund Racing tuning, a turbo 400 on an F-150. Let's say they went 5.3 with a 10R80 F-150 and twin turbo. So let's say 10R80 5.3, turbo 400 5.1. Cool. And then, I don't know why, but they went ahead and got fueltech. And I don't know this, but I don't think, and maybe they're grudge racers, so maybe they don't tell you their times. I don't think any truck has run better on fueltech than with a Ford Racing Control Pack or a Ford stock computer. So I heard an issue about harnesses. I heard an issue about that, and he does what he does. I appreciate his straightforward nature. He would go, takes a harness and puts it in the trash. And Murder Nova was tagged in it. Matter of fact, I don't even know if I follow them. Let me go see on Instagram. Let's talk some shit. It is talking shit. So let's look up Midnight Performance. Midnight Performance. Okay, here you go. Manuel Gomez, Midnight Performance. Hello. Here we go. Who's this? What is going on here? Okay, there's some drama. Hold on, guys. I'm getting caught up. I'm glad I keep my shop open with my transmission bills relying on... Okay. So, I'm going to... Okay, again, this is news. So... Takes care of it. Okay. All right, I'm going to read it. Fuck it. Manuel, I hope you don't mind me reading this, but you posted it, so let's get into it. Good shit. It's talking shit. All right. Manuel posted 2 hours ago at Midnight Performance, at Midnight_Performance on Instagram. They literally said they ain't going to cover anything other than refund the part that you bought. Well, damn, what about the burnt up injectors? And hours of trying to figure out what the issue was. I feel bad for anyone that's a dealer for at fueltech USA and runs into this shit. Stand behind them though, kings. Make y'all's profits. I've never done a chargeback in my life, but if I could, I would, and I definitely would do it right now. How can we fix this? Send me the parts that I used to replace the bad parts that I had gotten. Under terminated harnesses, O2 sensors, Nano Pros, FT Spark, Peak, and Hold Pros. I'll make an exact list. Cover injectors, not your dealer. Last time I talk about this, till it gets resolved too, just want it out there. If y'all have issues, it ain't just y'all. And people were tagging Haul Tech, and people were tagging Fuel Tech. Okay. And in the post, he has a big thing. It says, I hope you have never slammed my name during this problem you have had. I've been with fueltech for the last 5 years and stand behind them 100%. I like their products, and this is the first time I've heard of the product has had an issue. No, I haven't. It's unfortunate that your setup didn't work, and it's taken longer than expected to resolve it. We can take care of this and the injector issue and move on. And then on this post, it says, I'm glad I keep my shop open with transmission builds. Relying on these bullshit-ass companies to cover anything that wasted your time or money on is crazy. For those of y'all that have issues and keep quiet, y'all are the issue. There it is. That is a... Manuel, shout out to you. That line right there will go down in infamy. It's different when a shit-talking bald Puerto Rican from an apartment says it, but when a shop that really kind of just gets out there and races all the time says the following. For those of y'all that have had issues and keep quiet, y'all are the issue. As soon as they have my money, it's fuck you. Wish I had more than 3 companies in my list that I can truly say are 100%. More to come. So, now, I don't know fueltech from a hole in the wall, but the post says a lot. That post says a lot. If you've had issues with a company, and because you don't want to lose the free engines, the free transmissions, the free boost controllers, the free brakes, the free catch cans, you are doing a disservice to people that are trying to build a car, and not everyone has the money that just to throw around to buy things twice. So I appreciate a shop like that going out of their way and talk that shit, because he's standing on the fact that most places ain't shit. And I've said on this channel, this industry is shit. Imagine, okay? Let's say I get something to put on my engine for free. Said part causes engine issue. Part manufacturer replaces part. What about my fucking engine? Well, that's not our deal. Oh, so the free part that cost you $100 to make, but you retail for $1,100, fucked up my shit. And now I'm out of motor, but thanks for the replacement parts? Yo, fuck all that. Fuck all that. You'd be surprised how many Mustang fans look up to him. I stopped watching years ago, but when I first got my Mustang, I saw him as credible since I was still new to the platform. You're psycho if you think anything Mustang lifestyle is credible. FuelTech is for guys with New Balance shoes. Will Lund tune cars with off-road mid-pipes if the state doesn't have emissions laws? Josh, go back and listen to the 1 billion times I've said this. Tuning is not required on on Mustangs with long tube headers. Look at JPC. Look at Steeda. They run off-road exhaust in their shit. Car runs fine. Has a light though. He's a savage for that. Exactly. He's got Sasso. Turvey said 352 would make a top fuel dragster engine blush. People have documented FuelTech blowing the crankshafts out of blocks. They switched to Holley and stopped having problems. I'm not going to say that either. Holley has their issues. And there are people that swear by Holley. Why? They don't want to lose the relationship. So, when was the last time you heard the following words? My Ford Racing control pack burnt an injector driver. I'll wait. Trying to be better, not have caffeine at night, so orange juice it is. So, that's never happened in my experience. So, have you heard that with Holley, FuelTech, and everyone's mother's standalone? Sure. Absolutely. I just get another one. Da-da-da. And then people used to love Holley, and then once they went corporate, they were like, oh, yeah, they don't care about the little man anymore. Get out of here. All up in the video. Most important voices in the Coyote world are Lund Racing and Midnight. I mean, FFRE. You know. Ladies and gentlemen, got him. We got him, says Boxy Luxury. Plenty of people have switched to FuelTech. Had a problem for one reason or another. Usually it's relating to crank trigger issues. Murder Nova will never, I repeat, Sean Murder Nova will never talk badly about FuelTech. Even if they're the issue. Why? They sponsor him. So once you're in the pocket of somebody that people deem credible, which blows my mind. Like if I'm building a Coyote or even a small block Ford, I don't sit there and listen to Murder Nova and go, yeah, I'm going to do what he does. No, I'm going to say, if I'm going to run a 481X or a Noonan Billet or whatever combination he's running, and it makes passes and it lasts a long time, cool. Yeah, I might listen to him. But when it comes to Coyote stuff, you talk to the people who run the quickest stuff and tune it the best. And I'm blown away that he was given free advice. Hey, man, you might not want to lock those cams out. It might be an issue in the late night. I got it. Oh, you got it. So if FuelTech is having issues with harnesses, how sure are you that they're going to have a smooth path to tuning the 10R80? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Is there a point of running Motec on a Mustang? Mustang Lifestyle did it with the old GT500 and I thought it was just dumb. Yeah, it was just dumb because it didn't run any better. It didn't run any better. But again, he was being tuned by clowns when it was stock computer. Then he went to Motec and got, what's his name, Jay to tune it. I don't think it went any better. Though I got money to build shit twice. Just build it right the first time. Shout out to Nardi being a big help. You heathen who puts ice on OJ. I put ice on OJ, of course. I don't need this pulpy ass shit. I like it watered down. FuelTech's great in the right application. Fastest radio cars in the... Here we go. fastest slick cars. Fastest radial cars run fueltech. My bet is the injector issue was a software issue. Wrong settings. Not that I know what the issue was. Oh, so then don't say nothing. If you don't know what the issue was, don't say nothing. I haven't kept up in a while, but do you still have your white 19 Mustang? Oh my lord, David. Hell no, that thing been sold. Who's Mustang Lifestyle? Rhetorical question. If they're not credible, they're nobody. Good thing I don't know who Mustang Lifestyle is. In late, here's the like. Thank you very much. How many likes do we have? If I get 400, I post the John Jr. interview. By the way, I interviewed John Jr. for 2 hours. So if you're a member, you saw the video. If you're a Patreon member, you saw the video. I posted it up today at about 3 to 5 o'clock, and people have gotten great feedback because Junior has a certain way of talking. You got to know how to talk to him to get information out. And he's been excellent at that. So if I get 400 likes on this deal, even though only 372 people are watching, I will make it live for everybody else. If not, tomorrow in the morning, we'll make it live. Holly seems to be fine as a Fox body upgrade. Oh, shit. Let me move this up. Oh, gosh. This stupid thing is jacking me up. I'm having IT issues like a boomer. I'm legit having boomer IT issues. Oh, bro. Oh, come on. You know, why does it do that? I hate it. I hate everything about this thing. I can't see the fucking thing. There we go. Oh, I got to make this window way smaller. That's my issue. My window's way too big. Okay. What kind of Kool-Aid is that? Now that the 6R lied is a thing, we need to get that 7.4 S550 in the 6s. Don't hear anyone talking shit about a motel? Motel. Jack Mehoff says, I don't hear anyone talking shit about motel. Sean won't talk bad about his girlfriend, fueltech. Look, I don't know shit about it. I don't want to bring girlfriends into this. Lifestyle is a joke. Snake oil gets your snake oil. Mustang Lifestyle dumped close to $100,000 forward to guess and couldn't even go 9s in his 14 GT5. He went 9s once, I think. The fueltech defenders in the chat really pretending like Midnight doesn't know what they're doing. The quickest radial cars in the world run fueltech. That's my favorite. When people don't know the facts, but they just say something that sounds good. The quickest radial cars in the world run fueltech. That's funny to me. That was a good interview. Thank you, Alex. You got it, Travis. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Potatoes Lifestyle did have some badass 350s, but he still lives in a shack. I mean, so do I. Who cares? Some of the N-Gage never. GT500 dyno update, none, 0. It's still not getting any boost. I changed every sensor on the car twice. No idea what the fuck's happening. I got John Lund, Jr., Senior, and Jake from Power by the Hour on it. None of them know what the deal is. And they've been there, and they've seen logs, and they've been there in person. So if they don't know, none of y'all know. So we're going to keep chugging along to see what the issue is. Oh, you mean a walk car that runs fueltech, has no drivability? Is Cletus F-150 a stock motor? No, it's a built motor, if I'm not mistaken. I watched Cooper Brigetti with Junior yesterday. So good. You'll like our interview better. Trust me. The interview with Lund Jr. was great. The interview was on point. Alex leaving LR part was good. Right. So, Junior in that interview said something that I've forgotten about. So we have had a couple of people here that say, you know, Alex, if you just shut the fuck up about Ford, they'd work with you. They'd work with Lund. So I posed the question to John Jr. and I said, if Ford said they would work with me, we'll work with Lund, as long as Alex was out of the picture, would they, ask me to leave? And I made a joke. I said, you'd be crazy not to, because it can be a generational change. If Ford Performance and Ford, because Ford Performance is 5 guys in a fucking 3-bay shack. Like, you guys think Ford Performance is at the main factory? No. Ford Performance is literally a shack with a 3-bay garage where guys pare down harnesses and have some Ford tools. It's not some Billy badass shop somewhere. It's not Carroll Shelby made it out to be when they were building GT40s. It's just not the case. So I said, you'd be crazy not to. But then he said, but Alex, remember when you first came back to work for us? We had a meeting with Ford Performance. And the meeting was to say no. They accepted a meeting. We went to their Sky booth at PRI. We sat down. I was there. Junior was there. Senior was there. And they said no. Not because of Alex, because Alex wasn't talking all that shit back then. Not because of anything social media related. It's because they don't think we're worthy. They don't think we kiss the ring enough. And what's the ring? What's the process to kiss the ring? What do you guys need from us? We still don't know. So before Alex was stomping on Ford's nuts, they said no. So shut up. And he brought it up. Junior brought it up. Just an observation, but a lot of street Mustangs have stock computer and make 1,000, and Coyote swaps use stock computers. So what makes fueltech so special? Nothing! Nothing. What makes fueltech so special? Maybe that you have control of the tuning, right? Maybe you want to control your tuning. And you don't want to have Lund tell you, looks good, or you have a vacuum leak. Because imagine you put together a stock Coyote motor and you wired up a fueltech. And you set up their wizard to have a 14.0 stoic, a map sensor, you got the proper map sensor, and then you input the right data, right? Then the fueltech says, oh, you're 30% off on fuel trims. What would you do as a fueltech owner if your fueltech logger says you're off 30% fuel? You'll add 30% fuel. What would Lunt say? If you have a stock computer, stock control pack, stock motor, stock cold air, pump gas, stock injectors, and your car was off 30% in fuel, we'd say, check for leaks, asshole. So, what would you rather hear as an owner? Check for leaks, shithead. Or, I'm going to hit the plus button 5 times, and that'll bring my trims back to spec. See, I can tune it. Len doesn't know what they're talking about. I'll give you a like if you shout out Crown Victoria Lifestyle YouTube channel. There you go. Don't listen to Junior on Spaghetti, but it feels like things are coming to a head with some situations with alluding to your language. Like 2024 can be a crazy year. Let's think about that a second. Quickest radio car runs fueltech. So if you're a slow radio racer, then fueltech can't cut it with slick cars, let alone Billy badass cars. VMP shop is slightly better than Tour Viate Racing. Theirs has a roof. Wow, why'd you say that? FuelTech, cool sticker, bro. I don't see a SEMA cert in the foreseeable future either. Honestly, if Lund started to go the Roush and Whipple route of kind of kissing Ford's butt, then I think overall quality of the work tunes would go downhill. Why do you make that leap? This is the issue with people like you. You don't think that if Ford gave us access to everything, you are one of those guys that looks at Holly when they used to be the little guy and went corporate, and you now don't want to be affiliated with corporate type stuff. Instead of your very smooth brain saying, shit, you know what? Now they can get access to all the Billy badass stuff. They can work as an outside contractor situation to have some kind of autonomy where they do their own thing, but they have access with Ford stuff, make Ford's products better, and our tuning is going to be so fucking legit, it's not even funny. No, you go right to quality will suffer if you go the corporate route. I'm blown away by that. I am blown away by that thought process. And that's the process of like every weird racer, broke boy. Like, okay, let's say your favorite baseball player was really good in his first 3 years. Hitting 289, 35 home runs, 100 runs batted in every year, right? Then he gets the big contract, but he goes to the Yankees. And you go, fuck the Yankees. But then that guy goes over there and goes 35 home runs, 320, and 110 RBIs for 5 years. Does he suck? Or because he got an incentive to play better, he played better, which doesn't usually happen, but I'm giving you an example. So now the guy has security, generational wealth, and all he has to do is mash. All he has to do is stand in the box and mash. How many of y'all saw Barry Bonds go from the Pittsburgh Steelers and then go to the San Francisco Giants and mash? You don't say he sucks. He did what he needed to do. He got on steroids, human growth hormone, and he was hitting balls out at 130 fucking velocity, exit velocity, 500 plus feet, getting paid. Oh, it's corporate. Look, certain things motivate you. And if you don't have to look out for your next big paycheck, some of you get lazy and go, I'm getting paid. I'm just going to sit back and just get paid. I'm the kind of guy that I'm going to work really hard to make it worth my while. Let's look at my situation, pendejo. I worked at VMP. Poor as fuck. Scraping. Ramen noodling. Saltine crackering. Having ass motherfucker. Alex is a real motherfucker. Right? Yeah, real. Goes to lunch. Ah, fuck that. Oh, he got double his pay? He got double his pay and now he has access to better tuning? Fuck him. That's the thought process that keeps us down. Is ProCharger setup just as capable? Shut up. I don't care. I don't think my Gen 1 clear Vortec Paxton with the manifold would a ProCharger be... Put a fucking ProCharger on it if you want. What do you want me to do? Let's just get a fucking TVS. What's with you and your centrifugals? Oh, my God. Hey, hope you can answer my paid question from earlier. If not, here's more money. Oh, now you make me feel bad. Jesus Christ. Why didn't you just ask the question again, Rads? Rads, the thought process blows my mind. Why didn't you, if you were willing to pay to have me scroll up, why didn't you just ask the question again? Do you think that your question that was asked already should be answered by you now paying me to tell me to answer it? Instead of saying, let me just ask it again just in case you missed it. I am blown away with that thought process. I'm blown away with that thought process where I'm like, why don't you just actually ask the question? Here we go. Swapping the Gen 3 Coyote into swapping the Gen 3 Coyote into SN95. I have to delete the IMRC or cut the firewall with the tower brace was. For Fitman, your suggestion. Your YOU apostrophe RE suggestion. Okay. Swapping Gen 3 Coyote into an SN95. I have to delete the IMRC or cut the firewall where the strut tower brace was. For Fitment. Your suggestion? Your suggestion? Is that a question or a statement? Swapping Gen 3 Coyote in an SN95. No question mark, no apostrophe, no exclamation point. It's just a statement. I have to delete the IMRC or cut the firewall where the start tower brace was. No apostrophe, no question mark, no nothing. It's a statement. Then the question is, for fitment, your suggestion is the question. Your suggestion? Lock the IMRC. I know what you're trying to do, but this is why you should just ask the question again with proper punctuations, please. You are suggestion. Right. I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell just happened? So why work harder to get the stuff working smarter can get you the tune a little quicker? No. You don't understand. You're gonna be corporate and shittier. Look what y'all did. You pissed off Uncle. Mustang Lifestyle has had every combination known to man, plenty of high-end vehicles, and still can't go 8s or 7s. I'm willing to pay. Love the show. Appreciate you, but maybe you are not from here. Rad's arms. Rad's arms. Where is it? Where are you from? Oh, I don't have it. I never put it back on the soundboard. If you're building an 8th mile Coyote car, what would your setup be? 8th mile Coyote car. Okay. What chassis? Fox, S197, or S550? Because if you're building an 8th mile car and the number doesn't start with a 5, we're not building an 8th mile car. At least a 5. Not that your super chat autocorrects are insane. Pheasant, damn, Ricardo is here tonight. Nope, just no question. Just want to say Mustang Lifestyle is not credible, says Mendoza's Coyote. Are you running Ford coils in the 500 and what was in there prior? Does he think I'm retarded? Monty 540. When have I ever run aftermarket coils on anything ever in history? It always had Ford coils, and I bought brand new Ford coils. I gave you a like, brother. Thanks a lot for the shout out for us on the Victoria Lifestyle Cheapos. Hope you can answer the paid question from earlier in show where there. If not, here's some money. Says Ian Martha. Please don't call Alex a suggestion again. Oh, wow, what's happening? The Alex rants get me every time, like my Holly Haram. Bumbleclot Arms. I think I just got a brain aneurysm. Imagine getting roasted by a Puerto Rican on your grammar. Puerto Rico. Mustang Lifestyle is just like it's just a sick channel. They break everything for content. I never had a problem with Holly going corporate. I thought they made good shit and still do. But you know that there are people out there that will say, you know, I used to like Lund when they were just like, when Senior was tuning Cobras, when Senior would stop flying his helicopter and go to like a local dyno and tune 17 Cobras in a day, that's when it was real. Boy, it's a Cobra. Shut the fuck up. Brockton, Mass. Originally Stoughton, not Brockton. How dare you? Pro Charger hits Canelo button. Right. Like people go, hey, Alex, what do you think about the Pro Charger filming out?
Hey, get the fuck out of here because I'm going to fuck you out right now, motherfucker.
I even remember I got the Jelly Beans sound clip back on.
Ah, this smells like jelly beans.
Alex reminds me of the But You Don't Understand guy. He tells his war story. Alex, do you think there's going to be a new device as good as the N-Gage was? Yes. I think so. Alex, what coals are the best or winter? Oh, fuck, I love it. Hardcore Holly, is this the peasant chat tonight? What the fuck? But Alex, the quality actually will suffer since the ones and zeros will now have decimals. You know, I used to like it when you used to just have your name on the fucking tuner. Now it says calibrator. What's it gonna say next? Ford homo? Is your car running better? Actually, it's running really good. Thank you very much. So us going corporate didn't ruin anything? No, it ran. Corporate doesn't mean we like make slower cars. Like I would hate to have a slower vehicle. But you gotta understand. And Junior mentioned it on the Cooper Spaghetti podcast, and we mentioned it on the 2-hour interview that I'm about to air if we get 400 likes. We barely have 400 viewers, but we got 271 likes. If we do get 400, boom, I air it right away. If not, tomorrow morning. So imagine we have access now to Ford stuff, automation, exporting tools, logging parameters, data logging things that we never even data logged before. Insane, great data. And you have the corporate power and all of their shit at your disposal. You think we're going to make worse products if we have that kind of support? Stop it. Let's go. Finally caught one. Says F7 shift. Dude just dropped $100 and is definitely not a peasant chat. No, he dropped 100 SARs. What's a SAR? SAR money? 0.27 United States dollars. So 100 Saudi SARs is 26.66 US dollars. Thank you very much. Appreciate that very much. It's 100 SARs. Working on Cobras, that is a losing proposition. Silence was suspenseful. It's called the L gauge. That's funny. Alex is a bumbleclot at his GT500. Frank DiMaggio says, went from talking shit to fuel tech to choosing coil packs. It's a very fluid show. Alex, did you try unplugging the device and plugging it back in? Corporate means price increases. Not necessarily. Jack Mehoff. Not necessarily. If we have automation and everything is cranking, look. If you have a stock car, I want to say maybe 15% of our tuning is a stock car R93. Bada bing, bada boom. So let's say you're able to automate that process, meaning you go online, pay your money, you click a couple of things, and you immediately download a tune. Do you know how revolutionary that would be for shops? What do you got done to your car? 93 octane, 91 to 93, and it's a stock car. I just want a tune. I want better shifting. Okay, boom. Hold on, sir. Boom, 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 boom. Here's your tune. Now, if it's a complicated setup, you know, Sean's billet manifold or Mike's billet asshole pistons or custom ported asshole, you know, whatever. Okay, you know, then we as a human has to go in there and make a base file that's unique. Now the base file is going to be a poking file. Here you go. Let's see what info comes back. And if it comes back good, 1, you did a good job building the motor. 2, the tuner did a good job building the base file. 3, it's now being handled by a human. Whereas a JLT 93 car, a PMAS 93 car, doesn't need a goddamn. It could do a fucking robot. Chat GPT could tune your fucking car. If that new device would measure boost as well, it would be tits. Nito Diaz. What sensor measures fuel? Measures boost? Go. What sensor measures boost? Nito Diaz. Puro pinche 956 a la verga. Cuz.
Pinche 956 a la verga. Cuz.
If a car does not have a map sensor, how is it going to measure boost? God damn it. Do I need a tune if it has kill tracks? Hi Alex, I'm gonna race a C601 tomorrow. Look at me. Any suggestions? You're gonna be the 10th owner. You're gonna be the 10th owner. I put up a reel. Let me see if it's still out there. I think it's past 10 days. Let me see. Excuse me. Yeah, it's past 10 days. There was a reel where someone said, when you're the 10th owner of a C601, he goes, "Hi, little birdie." And the birdie goes, "Pew, pew, pew. I'm going to take care of you, little birdie. Pew, pew, pew." It's because even if you're the 10th owner of a C601, you treat that bitch like it's your baby. Because it's a ZR1. It's a little on the special side. That's all. So, try to make sure that it hasn't been modded to death. If it's got a Kong lid and a 233 pulley, 1700s on pump gas, walk away. Imagine Lund Racing having a tuned vending machine just wrapped up. The interview with Lund Jr., incredible interview. Thank you, Nikki, very much. If going corporate allows full access and then build the boost flex fuel capabilities for S550, then let's go. Justin says, but Alex, did you fix your fueltech? You can fix your car if it's on fueltech. AI tuning, vacuum. Today I found out Jim and Chris Farley are cousins. No lie. That OJ looks so good. It is very good. Alex, if I get 2 scoops or 3 scoops of ice cream, Alex, suggest Alex, I get 2. he says, I love this chat. I'm telling you guys, I love this chat. TJ Sikorsky says, Alex, suggest I get 2 scoops or 3 scoops of ice cream. Alex, knowledge gooder. Don't mean to be an ass as all things boost, but have you checked if the boost reference vacuum line holds vacuum that comes off the lower manifold? Maybe a line is split somewhere affecting the bypass operation. You're not being an ass. I have checked everything. Junior has checked everything. Jake brought an IDS tool from Ford and checked a power balance test and a virtual compression check, which is able to be done on an IDS tool. Everything checks out. It simply does not generate boost, and it falls on his face when what? I can slow rev this car in gear to 6,000 RPMs. The moment it goes past 9 PSI, it shuts down and goes full fat. Nobody knows why. Yes, I've done everything, Titan Uranus. The car is mechanically sound. Done it all. Why would I mention it on the chat if I haven't done anything? Like, I've done everything I would tell my customers to do. I hear Ferengi when you say, human. All stock. Thank you, Alex, says Michael Rodriguez. Would you be able to do a JLT on the data? Wouldn't be able to do a JLT on the database with no human input since 10,000 JLT versions are out there, bro. You know it. You know it. But you ran into a problem like yours with the Cobra. Wiring polarity was backwards on the coil plugs. That's interesting. Why isn't it like that at idle? At slow revs. Fuel trims are perfect. Wiring harness is perfect. Weird. Chat GPT can't tune JLT car. It can't account for all that variable tune math housing. Good suspension upgrade for daily 13 GT. Car's lower 2-inch iBox. Shocks and struts due for a change. Again, if it's a daily, honestly, some good struts and maybe a iBox Pro kit. In my opinion, the car sits perfectly. H&Rs are too low in my opinion. Found a 70,000 mile C601 for 60K. Too many miles though. Way too many miles. Mine has almost 50 something. Your show was funny today. Later, test JMS performance. What's in that OJ? Just ice, bro. Just ice. That's it. Just ice. There's Mr. Tony checking in. Say hi to the people. Come on. Oh, the biggest Boston on earth has showed up. Oh, Tony. Oh, Tony. Tony. Go ahead. Sniff on the mic. Do what you do. Say something on the mic. Sniff. Do something. Just get a swim turbo kit and you can make a whopping 3 pounds of boost and still be, what the hell did they say? Still be a bolt-on Gen 3. If you're previously a one owner wearing New Balances, you're good. Hello, dropping a like. All that left is kinetic troubleshooting. It's the tune. We even did that. We even changed the tune just to make sure that it wasn't the tune. Just wanted to clear things up, Bob. I totally agree with you that any Coyote 6R10 or 10 OEM control pack Lund is the way, period. I told my own shit on fueltech. It has its application just like anything. I'm sorry, it sucks. No, I understand what you're saying. What you're saying is you want control of your tuning. But I can guarantee you this, Mercury Motorsports. And nothing against fueltech. Lund can tune your Coyote better than you can tune your Coyote with fueltech. And I say that with the utmost respect, but the utmost confidence too. I get 2 scoops or 3 scoops of ice cream, quote of the day. Might be internal to the motor. Hope it's not. I don't think so because the power balance and the compression stuff came back good. As the crank balancer spinning between. Why would the crank balancer be? The blower slows down. Engine RPMs don't go up. Listen. Engine RPMs don't go up when the car loses boost. They go down. It bogs down. If the balancer was spinning independent of the blower pulley, RPMs would go up. Not if there's no boost. Stop it. Crack it, Tony. Grounding issue on section 8. Nope. We already did that. Already checked everything. Possibly checked. No. Again, I checked everything. Shut the fuck up. You guys don't know shit. Love you. You guys don't know shit. I love you. I checked everything. Everything. The day Lund gets access from Ford is the day Turvey makes an educational video. All right, buddy. Are you good? Oh, Jesus. Are you good? Can you get down now? Are you good? I'm going to get you down. I know. You like to jump off like a psycho. You're such a man. No, he's a good puppy. He's just chilling. He probably just wants to go outside and sniff shit. He doesn't want to do anything, just sniff. Are GT500s really dyno queens? You know, why the fuck do you ask these weird questions that 13-year-olds ask? This is a high-end kind of like technical show. Are GT500 really dyno queen? What are we doing? What are we doing? Nicole Brown said, must be in that OJ. Alex is murdering this show. Alex, I'm new to the channel, says F7 Shift. And the car scene. What are you saying? Were you saying in another live that the GLT code there was always off by a couple of percent? What does that mean? Okay, so let me ask you a question. So, the process of making a JLT looks to be like some Chinese punches a mold. And the hole is what it is. So, let's say this Corsa tip that has a YDBT logo. Let's say this is exactly 3 inches. And the MAF sensor is here. So, the size of the inner diameter directly correlates with the MAF curve in the tune. So, let's say it's 3.00 inches. Okay? And then I mass manufacture these, and then there is a variable of plus minus 2%. 3.002, 3.02, 3.03, 3.0, 2.99, you know, within a tolerance plus minus 5%. I'm willing to accept that. I am accepting a 5% variable in this in order not to affect what I have to do with the tuning. But the moment it's 3.08, then 2.98, then 3.1, then 2.89, I got an issue because now it needs custom tuning. And it is not something I would suggest. I would suggest a PMAS, which is 120 millimeter every single time, all the time. So there's an issue with the manufacturing process. Are you gonna be doing a giveaway doing that? It would be cool. Do you guys want that? Does somebody want this? Do you guys want this? I'll give this to anybody. I don't want this. This is I told you the story about this, right? Corsa wanted to sponsor me, and they thought they had me for a price of an axle back, and I'm like, nah, this thing sucks. And they gave me this to like make me feel good about it. I'm like, no, I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
I picked up a new S650 Dark Horse, says Matt, for $81,000. Where's that? Where's that guy laughing? The guy laughing. Where's that clip? This guy, Edricitas.
Te llamo para que vaya a recoger la paella. Me acuesto en su, ya para abrir el restaurante que era la
You bought a Dark Horse for $81,000. Just picked up my new S650 Dark Horse for $81,000. What can I do to make this thing faster? Seems a little sluggish. I lost a race to my seemingly stock SF50 on the way from the... You got to be lying. I think you're fucked, buddy. It's well documented. Well, no. Just wait till you hit 500 miles. It's going to have another 40... It's going to have another 40 horsepower when you hit 500 miles. You're going to be driving on the highway. Oh, look. I'm coming up on 500 miles. I guess the computer unlocks its full potential. I haven't even shown you my final form. 499, 500. Oh, shit, son. There it is. Unlocked potential. Boy. Do you know how many people are driving Mustangs right now, trying to get the car up to 500 miles, thinking that it would magically make 50 more horsepower? The exhaust is corked up. If you can live with a check engine light, headers, free-flowing exhaust, and you can gain like 20-something horse or 30-something horse, because apparently the S650 has a very corked up exhaust. Just buy a twin turbo kit and make 3 PSI a boost. LOL, clown. Have you seen him posting everywhere? I'm about to make a pull on my twin turbo S650 and it runs 9s, 60 to 130. For example, my Fox body runs 890 and 10.7s in the quarter. Just in case you didn't know. Got to be a bait comment. Yeah, it has to be. Blackwing Who Dominates says, hey, Alice, just want to say you're very awesome. And what's your dream Shelby Cobra setup? X, engine transmission, etc. Mine is built NA 427 camera or the built Tremec. Oh, dude. So a Cobra, like a what the fuck is the name of that company? I'm blanking. Like a Factory 5 or a Backdraft. It would be honestly, it's still a twin turbo Coyote. I hate to say it. Because I want it to almost kill me. Or kill me. I want it to kill me. But after owning a almost 500 plus horsepower at the asshole crank horsepower small block Ford, I wouldn't mind a Billy Badass small block Ford. Because if I can have a 10 or 9 second stick shift Cobra NA, stop it. Alex, have you tried filling GT500 tires up? Damn, that's pitiful. He needs that resonator deleter. Do I have resonator deleter? Of course I do.
We have an MBRP resonator deleter.
There you go. That's what you got to do, bro. If you want your S650 to be opened up,
We have an MBRP resonator deleter.
that's what you got to get, buddy. The resonator deleter. 332 likes, guys. Get them up, and I'll be able to post the show immediately after I'm done here. I hope someone buys a Dark Horse and gets a NLK PTNL unlock potential vanity plate. That's funny. Superformance. Yes, Superformance Cobras are badass. Like, I see those Superformance Cobra. They're $100,000, guys. Look, at this one has an illuminator. Who is... Oh, bro, what's going on here? I might have stumbled across something. What is going on here? Superformance with a 5.2 illuminator. Okay. Rouse, illuminator. Here we go.
No, kind of know what you're doing, right?
Yeah, you're on guard.
Whoa.
This motor, though, down low, the torque is real controllable,
Right.
and then it'll spool out to 8,200 RPM. So I cannot wait for you to drive this car.
And so this is stock. So you're like, what is it, 525, 530 something horsepower?
Out of the box, they're supposed to be 580. Dennis was telling me that generally he sees them land around 525 off the dime.
That is a gorgeous car. Call me a boomer all you want. If I can have a 5.2 Illuminator XS Coyote Superformance Cobra that runs high 9s, low 10s with a drag with a good drag pack, and I can launch it at the track, you know I'm doing it. Woo-wee.
I know. So
what else do they got here? Illuminator. Everything's illuminator. High RPMs. Here we go. High RPMs. Let's go. What high RPM? That's like 6,000. Dude, fucking mash that shit. What? How come people don't know how to drive, bro? Put that bitch to the wood, son.
I mean, that's like 5,500 RPM.
Yeah, exactly what I said.
I know. But you're used to the regular Cobra, so you're like...
It's just dramatically different.
Yeah.
This engine really changes the game of it.
Shut up and floor it, dude.
Maybe this time try to take it up even a little bit higher and see.
There we go. Yeah, stop being a fucking pussy, bro. I'd be this passenger back. Hey, stop being a big fucking pussy and floor this shit to 8,200 and slam the limiter.
Did you hear what the owner said to him? You gotta please Vinny.
Dude, that's like $7,000. Oh, you're a bitch. Now, this guy's a pussy, bro. You need to fucking mash that shit. And you know when you shift? When it goes, bah, 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 bah! Then you go, oh shit, that was 8,200. I would. Someone tells me, hey, mash it. It's before they're done saying it. Hey, fuck it. It's your car. I don't give a shit. Now, if someone wants me to race their car at the track, that's different. I'd say, it's not a good idea because if anything happens to the car while I'm driving it, I'm liable. You want a black hardtop, backdraft, twin turbo Coyote with turbos hanging out the side, 1,200 on gate. Absolutely. I want that exact combo. What a beautiful car. Don't forget the dual intakers for dual throttle bodies. Superformance Daytona with illuminator and air conditioning. Sheesh. Get that. Everyone retracted their comments. After that crash, the dude was gunshot. Exactly. So apparently that guy ended up driving a guy's car that had a throttle stick. And he wasn't driving. Sorry, he was the passenger. And dude, the guy just like rammed into shit. And I wonder whatever happened to that guy. Like, did he get in trouble because on camera his shit gets stuck and he rams into the back of the car? I did those compression tests one day using the IDS tool. Reads RPM on all cylinders, and if the RPM goes up in a cylinder, that means compression is down, meaning the engine can spin easier, thus raising RPM. And that test was perfect. According to Jake, both tests were perfect. Hey, Alex, says Brandon Bash. Ford sent an update on my 23 F-150. I lost the tune, and I had to reinstall it. Have you ever heard of anything like this? Is there a way to stop it from the future? Wait, what? What do you mean you lost the tune on a 23 F-150? Where did it go? Brandon Barsh, give me a detailed answer as to why you think you lost the tune on your 23 F-150. What device do you need to run multi-tune? Need that ghost cam on deck? You can do it with an N-Gauge or with an RTD. Not according to... Isn't that the dude who crashed and broke his arm? Yes, I think so. Alex, why don't coyotes like nitrous? Are you the same one that asked about GT500s being dyno queens? Nitrous. Let me ask you a question. How many high revving Hondas have performed phenomenal on nitrous? Does anyone out there know any about the Honda game? K series, B series. Have any of you seen a Honda with a 200 shot run a phenomenal time? Probably not. Nitrous is for big cubic inch cars, and it's a torque thing, not a horsepower thing. Yes, they make a lot of horsepower, but it's mostly torque that is the byproduct of nitrous. So Coyotes are basically 2 K series motors attached, and it's a high RPM motor with twin variable cam timing. The only way nitrous is good on a Coyote is if it's supplementing boost. He ate the dashboard, brakes failed. Did you see? Yeah. So I don't want to talk about that because there's drama around that shit. But let me tell you this. If a customer comes up to me, and I know hindsight is 20/20. If a customer comes up to me and says, Alex, I want you to drive my car down the quarter mile, I'm going to say, you need to sign something that says that if your car blows up, it's not my shit. So Jake had this happen to a customer. He said, hey, I want you to drive my car. Jake goes, what if it blows up? The guy goes, well, you'll take care of it, right? And Jake's like, no. Not unless, I mean, if that's the deal, then I'm not racing that car. I have never driven a car down the track that was a customer's car except my GT500. That guy was like, I brought the car here, and I'm not going to run it down the track because I don't have any experience. I go, neither do I. This is the first time I'd be driving a Turbo 400 car. But since I have 2 feet and 2 arms, it can't be that hard. Sure enough, it wasn't. It ran a personal best. So, yeah, shout out to everyone that drives their customer cars. Stop. Unless you can cover the car blowing up, stop driving their cars. I don't care if your customer is adamant about it. Alex, just let Turvey work on the GT500. He'll own that. Exactly. When motherfuckers say they lost a tune is because they unhooked the battery. Since when can you tune a 23 F-150? I thought the computer was locked. No, I think he meant the stock tune was lost. Like, how do you lose it? People put nitrous on Hondas all the time. With great results, Johnny Trans? Like, with great results? Have you seen an 8-second nitrous Honda that isn't on nitromethane? Or nitro, or M5, or M1, whatever. Never saw a Honda with a bigger shot than a 75. They used it, but mostly as a cheat in NA racing. Exactly. What are you doing? Do you need to poop? I took you out. You sniffed trees. You didn't do anything. I'll take it on a second. You're pulling hard. Want me to do it to you? How's that feel? How's that feel? Don't feel good, does it? Fucking punk. You see people spinning 3-4 gears on nitrous all the time, right, on a 75 shot. I know when you run too much nitro, you get a Ranger to the manifold code. And you blow your motor, at least according to Fast and Furious. So that's why the LS7 is making big power on spray for 27 cubic inch. Yeah, they like cubic inches. Anytime you see 500 throttle body is malfunctioning? No. The TPS is reporting 82% open. If it was malfunctioning, it would throw a code and it wouldn't show that angle. And I opened it up, made sure, manipulated the pedal, videoed the throttle body opening and closing. I think I have that video because I'm psycho like that. Let's see. Let me see if I can find that video. Here it is. Okay. Come on. Did I hit play or did it take a picture? There we go. Look at the throttle body. It's opening, 82 degrees. Opening, closing, 20%, 10%, 15%, a sweep, no problem. No problem. No problem. See? Functions, great. Did all the testing. Everything is kosher. Guys, I tested it all. You have no idea how much vetting of the mechanicals I've done on this car. Sorry, I was happening fast. I usually have better spelling. He must have had more than $100,000 in the hood of that car. Is there a way to figure out how much nitrous can be shoved into something before gains demolish? Is there a way to figure out how much nitrous can be shoved into something before gains demolish? Oh my God. Losing too much boost could be something simple, I bet. I don't think it's losing boost. See, this is the way I look at it, okay? Let's say there's a boost leak under the blower. A massive one. Wouldn't you think it'd be crazy noticeable if it's losing 20 PSI? Stupid noticeable. If idle and slow rev, fuel trims are great. So what's a smoke check gonna find? Nothing, because fuel trims are great and idle and slow rev. So a smoke check at a 1 PSI of smoke is not going to show a path of least resistance that's obvious on a boost leak that only shows up after 10 PSI. And it's pulley for 30. So please stop. I love you guys. It's probably something stupid. I changed the cam sensor, the crank sensor. I changed the O2s. I'm about to put new injectors in there like a retard. Is 150 on the 14 Gen 1 safe? Yes, but I would get high octane fuel with it, like C16, sorry, Sunoco 260 or E85 if you have it. Alex, Johnny was at Harry's picking up 3 Civics. Shut up. I know what he means. I just hate Fast and Furious. I think it's the worst movie ever made. Job, get in a Demon 170 sold for $100,000 over MSRP. Right, guys, they're 8-second cars. 8-second cars right off the rip. I didn't notice until you pointed out a few weeks ago, but I keep seeing a lot of guys get rid of the Whipple for turbos just to stay in the 750 to 800 range. Why not pulley down? I've met people that once a Whipple doesn't make 1,000 on a 3.8 pulley, they pull the Whipple out. I go, hello? You have to pulley down. And they go, what? Well, yeah. The pulley that it comes with is like a 12 or 11 PSI pulley. So you got to get a smaller pulley, whip the rotors faster, and make more boost. They are blown away that has to happen. I have met a handful of people that said, wait a minute, I got to put a different pulley than it comes with stock? I thought this kit can make 1,000. And therein lies the problem. Most of the people that buy parts based off of hearsay don't know anything about cars or mechanical things or how air pumps work. They just buy it and said, I saw my buddy make 1,000 with a Whipple. Let me get that Whipple. Gets the Whipple, has a 3.8 pulley, stock lower, pump gas, MU52s, gets a Lund tune, goes in the dyno, makes 600. They go, where's my 1,000? And they get rid of it for turbos. And then they turn the boost up on the turbo, on the boost controller. And then they're like, see, this turbo makes 1,000. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Rich 50. I have 6 people on this, and none of them, and they're the preeminent Mustang people on this planet, and they don't know what's going on. Alex should have a spelling bee with this. Subscribers, is the supercharger dead? No, because I switched superchargers. I already said that. So it does the same thing with the 2650 TVS than it does with the Whipple. Chat people having Caesars, typing, maybe a bigger intercooler, just a random thought. Maybe a bigger intercooler. So the same intercooler that ran 8.1s. The same intercooler that made 1,100 horsepower. The same intercooler on the same blower with a freshened up motor needs to be bigger, and that's why it's losing boost. That's the thought process that we're going on here, bro. No wonder I look like a genius to some people, because what I say is, I think, mechanically simple. And a lot of people go, well, what about a bigger intercooler? If you get a bigger intercooler, want to make more boost? Actually, it'll make less boost because it's less restriction. Only time I've seen Hondas benefit from nitrous on max effort applications when using it to spool the turbo. But many Hondas are using nitrous. Alice, you don't know what you're talking about. Not as a main power adder. Justin says 1,000 horsepower Whipple TVS on the street is insane. I would rather have a Sentry at that point. Maybe you need a new fuel tank. Says Jack Mehoff. Any updates on tuning the 24 F-150 later in the future? No updates yet. On the John Lund Jr. interview, that is 2 hours long, which I will air tomorrow because we're not up to 400 likes. you will hear exactly that. This is the topics we cover on the John Jr. interview I posted. World Cup recap. S650 and the future of Mustang tuning in 24 and up. And tuner disrespect. That subject took up an hour. How the fuck can it be valve float? On the intake side? And this is why you don't listen to Only Mechanics. Holy hell. Same throttle body on both blowers? Yes. Oh my god, dude. This is why this is a microcosm of a Facebook post. Nobody here makes argument that makes sense. Bigger intercooler, throttle body. I just showed you the throttle body opening and closing. At boost, it stays open. The tube confirms it. The fuel rail pressure sensor was tested. The fuel regulator was tested. Injectors were tested. Compression test. IDS tool confirmed that. Power balance test confirmed that. All the data logs confirmed that. Junior tried a couple of tunes on it. Nothing is helping. Crank sensor, cam sensor, new O2s. The car runs phenomenal until you try to get into boost. I'm blown away. Wouldn't be surprised if you can't figure out the issue and you sell it ASAP. I'm really close. I'm really close. I'm like, if someone gives me a certain amount of money, it can be gone, no problem. But no one has money. Did you make sure to torque your lug nuts? Must be leaking horsepower through the studs. That actually makes more sense than what I'm seeing. Titty, bustin' ball, banger since we were throwing random things out there. It's a good interview. No question, but just curious. Why do the 4.6, 5.4, 5.8 chop when larger cams are installed but not the 5.0? Colby, larger cams? Colby, let me ask you a question, Colby. What's the difference between a stock GT500 cam and an aftermarket cam that directly correlates to chop? Go, Colby88. Tell me what a aftermarket cam like an L&M NSR, no springs required cam, what the cam profile delta or difference is between that and a stock cam. Go. Type it right now. Go. Tell me. And then think about what a ghost cam tune does. Exactly, Elver Galarga. Exactly, Elver Galarga. People don't understand that the proper cam profile in a Coyote is adjustable via RPM. On a 5.4, 4.6, and a 5.8, it is not adjustable. It is locked at the optimal cam angles for high RPM operation. So that has an overlap effect, which makes it chop. What happens when you put an overlap cam angle on a Coyote at idle? It chops. Did you make sure it had the correct oil in it? Could be a hairline crack in the lower intake. Nope. Not to bleed out 20 pounds. 20 pounds? Hairline crack in the intake? And fuel trims go fat, not lean? Come on. It ain't got no gas in it. Possible weak fuel pump. No. Triple hat. Fueling goes fat. This is a great way of showing people that don't know or don't listen. The car goes full fat and no boost happens. How is that a bad fuel pump? Is it possible the ECU itself took a shit? Fuck. At this point, and thank you, duration is technically correct. At this point, I wouldn't doubt it. Maybe your exhaust brake is stuck shut. Maybe the blinker fluid is low. Let's get them motherfuckers like guys. 380. We're at 380. We got 1 minute left, guys. 1 minute left. If it doesn't hit 400 in 1 minute, I will not air the John Lund interview until tomorrow. Alex, swapping the ECM maybe? You know what? I'm almost at that point. I'm an LS guy trying to understand Ford stuff. Understood. So, a stock cam doesn't have a lot of overlap, even on an LS. An aftermarket cam with high RPM capabilities and more intake valve duration will cause overlap. and you get the choppy noise effect. Pretty sure it's the muffler bearings. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Only 382 likes. So we did not reach the 400, so you will have to wait until tomorrow to listen to the John Lund interview. Those of you that are members, those of you that have actually paid to subscribe on Patreon, you've already seen the interview. I uploaded it on Patreon, and the members have access to it. So the rest of the members today can pretty much enjoy it all day, and then the rest of you are going to have to wait until tomorrow and the general public to see John Lund talk for 2 whole hours. Actually, it's up to 395 now. Let me hang tight. Let's do it live. Fuck it, let's do it live. If this guy gets to 400 as I'm sitting here, I will go ahead and make it live. 398. We're at 398. Let's get it to 400, guys, and we'll air the John Lund Jr. interview live. I'm waiting. I'm gonna sit here until this sucker gets to 400. One of you hits like, and I'm gonna get out of here and make it live. Hey, there it is, right on the money. 9:30. Look at that, guys. Right at 9:30, we got to 400. So coming right up, right after the show, you're going to enjoy the John Lund Jr. video. It is 2 hours long. It is excellent. Listen to it while you work out, go to sleep, whatever the fuck. It's great, full of great information, inside baseball stuff, and some breaking news. You'll love it very much. Again, coming right up, John Lund interview. The rest of you, I will see on Thursday for YDBT Daily. Have a great rest of your night. See you guys later. Bye.